Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Thursday. We got some college football today. Got some pretty good matchups on the board today. It's going to be a busy college football weekend. We got games today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. So, yeah, what a great weekend, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button all college football season long. Um, Check out all my betting links in the description below. Really good promos with FanDuel. New customers bet 5, get 200 in bonus bets guaranteed, and you'll get a free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket to get ready for next week's action. So take advantage of that, guys, in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Got some college football matchups today. Going to be fun. I will say it's against, you're going to get a lot of week 1 games against very bad teams, cupcake teams. So the stats aren't really going to be there as it was for other matchups because these other teams just aren't really a lot of FBS teams versus FCS teams. So yeah, give you as much info as I can, but it's not much. But yeah, we'll go over some couple ranked matchups today, starting with Western Carolina versus NC State. NC State opening up as a 32.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 60.5. You got Western Carolina. See what they were last year, record-wise. Western Carolina weren't horrible. They were 7-4 last year. Didn't really play anybody. I mean, the only real FBS team they played really was Arkansas, and they lost 56-13. Kind of expecting a blowout loss for them here. You got NC State getting Grayson McCall, which I think is a nice pickup. Yeah, for NC State, who had a pretty decent year. Yeah, I think quarterback will be good for them. I think Chris McCall is great at Coastal Carolina. I think he's going to do pretty well for NC State. NC State coming off a great year, 7-3 in their, seven. Hold up, let's see. 9-3 last year. Technically 9-4. They did lose to Kansas State in their bowl game. But yeah, Brendan Armstrong, really bad. I mean, first game started really good. Barely threw for 200 plus yards all year. So big upgrade at quarterback here. I think we get a big NC State win at home. Defense has been good. We'll take NC State. Big win at home today with Grayson McCall. Next matchup, we've got Murray State versus Missouri. Missouri opening up as a 47-point home favorite with the over-under at 57.5. Let's see. We look at Murray State. They were not very good last year. Just looking at their schedule. Yeah, they finished 2-9. So they were really bad. They actually finished the season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They finished the season on a 7-game losing streak. They only played one real actual FBS team, which was Louisville. They lost 56-0. Missouri gonna have a great year, ranked number 11. Big, high expectations for Missouri this year. Coming off a great season. Coming off a great season. I mean, they beat Ohio State in their bowl game. I mean, that's awesome. 14-3. They pretty much shut Ohio State out. Yeah, they finished 10-2 last year. Dominant wins. I mean, man, to go 10-2 in the SEC, really tough. Their only real losses were against LSU and Georgia. Two solid teams there. Yeah, it is a huge spread at home, but the way they played last year, I think, yeah, they're going to destroy Murray State. The high spread, I get it. I recommend throwing them in a teaser, but I feel like it's going to be like a 50-something to 3, maybe 10 game. So you hopefully they can push more towards the 60 points, and the offense is clicking. Yeah, gotta take Mizzou minus the points at home. High total, but we gotta take Missouri here. Next matchup, we've got, let's see. Yeah, we've got Lindenwood versus Kansas. Kansas opening up as a 45-point home favorite with the over-under at 58.5. Lindenwood. Yes, they are an actual school, if anyone is wondering. Let's see what they did last year. Yeah, they were not good last year. They were, let's see. They only played 10 games last year, which is kind of weird, but they finished 3-7. Not a good team. They didn't really play any FBS teams. And not much to go by. A lot of their losses were pretty bad. Not much to go off of Lindenwood. I mean, Lindenwood, just the name kind of tells you what you need to know about Lindenwood. Kansas, though, getting a good quarterback in Daniels. Hopefully he's healthy this season. Yeah, Jalen Daniels should be really good. Battled the injuries, but should be back for a good campaign. Kansas had a really good year last year. They finished, let's see, won their bowl game against UNLV. They went 8-4 last year. I mean, really good season from Kansas. Played really, I mean, their only real losses were against Texas, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Kansas State. So struggle there, but they had big wins against Oklahoma, Iowa State, BYU, UCF. Yeah, expect a big game from Daniels. I think Lindenwood, I mean, they're going to dominate. 45 points. They've never really played a team like this, Lindenwood. They didn't last year. They didn't really play anybody up to the caliber as Kansas. Expect a big win for Kansas at home. Give me Kansas minus 45 in this one. Let's see. Next matchup, we got Southern Utah versus Utah. Number 12 ranked Utah. Utah opening up as a 38-point home favorite with the over-under at 54.5. Southern Utah was actually not that bad last year. 4, 5, 6. They were 4-5 last year, so they made a little bowl. They didn't really play anybody elite. They played Arizona State and BYU, who they actually kept it close against Arizona State here, but up against Utah, we know Utah, they bring that defense every single year. We get another year of Cam Rising. Utah didn't have the best year last year, but their schedule was brutal. That's why. Started out strong, made a bowl game. I mean, they were good, but 4 losses, they were tough because they were to all ranked teams: Oregon State, Oregon, Washington, Arizona. You hope they come out and dominate against a Southern Utah. But yeah, they get another full season of Cam Rising. He's battled all the injuries. Hopefully he's healthy. I think everyone wants to see Cam Rising have a good year because he's really good when he's playing. So hopefully he's healthy. He's had a lot of time to recover the last year or so. Yeah, expect a big win for Utah at home. The defense is going to get after in Southern Utah. I think last year what we saw, when Cam Rising was out, the quarterback play wasn't that great, and they kind of relied on their defense a lot. So I think the offense is going to get moving here with Utah, with Cam Rising. Give me Utah minus 38.5 at home today. Next matchup, we've got a good one. It's not a ranked matchup, but we've got North Dakota State versus Colorado. I think everyone wants to see this matchup. Colorado opening up as a 9.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 60.5. That's going to be a big game for Colorado because North Dakota State, listen, they're good. They're like FCS contenders and champions pretty much every year. They're one of the best FCS teams each and every year by far. Last season, they lost in their conference champion. They lost in the FCS championship to Montana in double overtime by 2. A dominant year for them. won 11 games last year. I mean, yeah, dominant wins. Didn't really play anyone crazy. Like Colorado would be their toughest opponent from last year, obviously, that they would have played last year. And you got Colorado. You know what Colorado is. Tough year. Another year with Dion. Have two of the most electric and top-rated players in the country in Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter. Rough season for Colorado. Only won the 4 games. Started out 3-0, but their schedule was brutal. Their defense was horrible. The O-line was horrible. They went in the transfer portal. They made a bunch of moves. They got bigger. They got faster. They got better. I expect a big year from Shadur. Their schedule is just brutal this year, though. So we're going to see what they do. This got to be a game they got to win opening up. Not going to be easy, though. Not going to be easy with North Dakota State. But Colorado, tough schedule this season. But it's not impossible. I look at it, it's not impossible for them to have a great year. I think they can make a bowl game this year. Have a tough season, but I think they can make a bowl game. But they got to open it up against North Dakota State. They've had all off season, got a whole new team. They got the better quarterback here, one of the top in the country, and you got Travis Hunter, one of the best athletes. I got to take Colorado. We just have North Dakota State's good, but this is a much better Colorado team. North Dakota State hasn't really played anyone with this much talent, I would say. I expect a big win from Colorado at home. I would be disappointed if they didn't. So give me Colorado minus 9.5 and money line at home today. Let's see what we got next. Next one, we actually have a good matchup here. One of the closer matchups of the day. We got North Carolina versus Minnesota. North Carolina opening up as a 2.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 50.5. Let's see, last year, North Carolina, not the best year. I mean, they struggled. You know, obviously they lost Drake May to the NFL. They lost some guys as well. Minnesota didn't really have much of a great season as well. They did make a bowl. Both teams made a bowl game, but not that great wins. North Carolina lost 30-10 to West Virginia. Minnesota made it a bowl, but not a great season for them. Minnesota 10-0 in August. Interesting stat there. 6-1 in week 1. Yeah, the big news, no Drake May, obviously. They got like a couple quarterbacks they're running with North Carolina with Max Johnson, and there's another guy. They got a good running back. Offensively they're good, but the big thing with North Carolina, their defense. They were so bad last year in defense. It was crazy. So bad. I mean, I bet on so many North Carolina games, and they were just such a rush because, man, they just could not get the stops. Minnesota's going to play good defense. They're bringing in, the one thing Minnesota hasn't really had is a good quarterback in a while. And, man, they're bringing in Max Brosner, who coming from, he's the FCS. He was the FCS leading quarterback last year for, I think, New Hampshire. Yeah, throwing for 3,500 plus yards. This is going to be a big upgrade for the Minnesota offense, something they desperately needed. They've been more of a run team. They got a transfer wide receiver in Tyler Williams from Georgia. So they got, the offense looks good. The offense should be able to move it against this North Carolina defense. I'm liking the plus points at home. I'm buying a point to make it a field goal and a half. Give me Minnesota plus 3.5 at home in this one. Next matchup, we've got New Hampshire versus UCF. Let's see, UCF opening up as a 39.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 63.5. Bad season for UCF. Just wasn't good. They switched the conferences. They finished 3-7 in their last 10. It was just brutal. They did not play well. Had a lot of injuries, but transfer portal got KJ Jefferson from Arkansas. Gonna be really good for them. UCF should be a lot better this year. I think they recruited well this year. I think they're going to dominate New Hampshire. New Hampshire just lost their quarterback. Let's see. Yeah, New Hampshire just lost their quarterback to Minnesota here. Yeah, I expect UCF. This is going to be a dominating win for UCF here. Open up the season because they have a very tough schedule in their conference. Very tough schedule. So there's got to be a big statement win. KJ Jefferson, really good thrower, really good runner. They're going to get the run game going this year. UCF 7-1 in August, 6-1 covering in week 1, 8-1 covering on a Thursday. Big win for the UCF Knights at home. We'll take them minus that big point total at home. And the last matchup I'll cover, we got Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Arkansas. Arkansas opening up as a 48.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 57.5. Yeah, not a great year from Arkansas. Lost a lot of people in the portal. Pine Bluff, I mean, not much to say about Pine Bluff. They are what they are. Not a good team. Arkansas, Taylon Green getting the transfer from Boise State. I think he's going to be really good. Really fast too. Arkansas's got a lot of speed. Good running backs, good receivers. I expect a good year from Arkansas. Disappointing year last year. Couldn't make a bowl game. Expect a much better season from Arkansas. Now, Bama's not going to be as elite this year. I think the West is wide open. Not just the West. I think the SEC is wide open. Aside from Georgia, there's a lot of room for progress for some of these middle teams to just have better seasons and make bowls. I think Arkansas is going to be one of those teams that has a good year. I think the offense is going to be good. We'll see how the defense is. Brought in new coaches. Opener at home against Pine Bluff. I think they're going to get the offense rolling. It's hard to trust these teams with the points at home. It really is, but I just feel like you got to do it. I recommend my advice, throw them in teasers, lower those point totals. Yeah, I'm taking the favorites. I'm just taking the favorites. It's hard to back these unknown bad teams / FCS teams and lower conference teams. Hard to back them because they're just so uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen with them. Give me Arkansas, big SEC opener win at home. Gonna put up 50 plus. Should be able to stop Pine Bluff. I'll take the Razorbacks at home here. That's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Thursday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Friday. Have a good one.